ECA loud and proud, make some noise! Goes through. Foul call, so ECA for the first time very early. We'll find a gap, put it down. Round two. Rebound. Gary off the cylinders. Out the rock for the ground, the old stand. The rock sneaking in.
The rebound gives it to Lasker. Lasker to Matthew. Matthew, nice little jink inside. Now goes for the floater, and in it goes. That's a very, very rare sight we saw there that Drew Lasker's missed two shots from the line. Normally solid from the line. Mitchell can't make the layup. He got the rebound, he can't make the layup. And Eddie Matthews has fouled. Eddie Matthews fouled Greg Pryor. Greg Pryor drove to the basket. So they can try and set something up. Meanwhile, Ramon Fletcher's come on in place of Drew Lasker. Pryor turns the corner. That's gone really high off the glass, and the foul by.
I think it maybe hear our commentary. What did we say he should have done on the.
In and out from Rinkunis for three. Rebound Morcell. Here's Fletcher. Just darts in and darts out. Gives it to Mitchell. He's faced by Ebola. Turn around from Mitchell. Gets his hook shot.
Awesome, Greg Pryor.
Fletcher shaking and baking, trying to go behind his back, but Greg Pryor comes up with gets himself sorted out, and jump shot that's short as well.
That's 0 for 4. 0 for 4 in the last 30 seconds or so for the Eagles around the basket.
Drives into the key and drives back out. Tadis Rinkunis tries to find a way through. He can't. He finds it. Yeah.
Expecting, you know, Pepper not being able to play on Sunday, but now eligible to play, would be expecting, you know, to get a good contribution from him. It looked it was going to be that way at the start, but he's just picked up silly fouls.
Eddie Matthew.
Himself.
Yes, Fraser Malcolm now faced against Eddie Matthew. Matthew tries, but it's good. Fletcher's probably going to hold this ball right away till the end and possibly try and get either down to the basket. There he goes, scoops it up, and in it goes, right on the buzzer. Ramon Fletcher showing his style, and it takes the Eagles to a 38-27 lead at the half. They lead by 11. They haven't been explosive on offense, but they've been very competent on defense. But Eagles knocked the ball dead. 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, we're asking Gareth Murray to do more at half time on behalf of the Rocks, and so far he's taking a shot. He's done a good rebound defensively, and
tries to find Mitchell, but it's broken up by Gareth Murray, who certainly is a bit more active in this half. He has Bunyan for 3 from way out, but he's nailed that one. Gives it back to Pryor. Pryor faced by Lasker, turns the corner. Murray goes to the basket, but doesn't get it in. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Greg Pryor though, there's a floater, doesn't go, but he makes his own rebound and hits the front of the rim. Darius Defoe almost gets the rebound, but Joel Bala comes up with it.
Well, one more good offense here, and this game's turned on its head because they've reduced the deficit from 11 to 5.
And there's a great pass from Johnny Bunyan, and even better. Darius Defoe having a real tough time under the basket. He thought he was fouled, and we got Mitchell and Defoe standing in the Rocks half as the Rocks break into their end, and Fraser.
Simple turnover.
The Eagles will score. They've scored 1 point in that first 4.5. One in the middle. Yes, Fletcher. Nice pass to Adi Hussein. Nice spin move by Adi Hussein, and a nice ball. 43-39 to the Eagles. And
Gareth Murray clearly struggling there. Obviously caught his, I think it was his thumb.
Fletcher out to Schlitzer for 3, doesn't make it, but that man, Kangaroo Lasker, lays it in for 2, and I think that's enough for Vincent and Valier. And it's sort of done, and Wise come off. And Johnny Bunyan playing the point now. Greg Pryor moving to the shooting guard position. Yeah,
you can tell by the thing, isn't it? The coach was just saying to him, you got yourself in a good position, but you were surrounded. There was open guys you needed to find.
But great hands from Drew Lasker from behind. Great steal. Schlitzer. Drew Lasker in the corner for 3. In his force from Drew Lasker. Comes up the rebound, gets the ball in the hands of Greg Pryor. Pryor switches ball. That's Pryor made the Eagles defense look static there. So it'll be inbound by Nick Schlitzer. Fletcher goes down. Hussein has to put up a long 3. Doesn't go. There's still 2 seconds left on the clock. It's the end of the third quarter. Very lacklustre quarter, I felt, for the Eagles there, but they still managed to lead by 48-45.
Well, they are, but that's reduced the deficit by what, 8 points?
Yeah.
In that quarter. So you have to say that the Rocks, we can award that quarter to the Rocks.
It's the Rocks that get us underway in the final quarter.
They've started Fraser Malcolm, and I think he deserves that opportunity.
And there's Gareth Murray makes it. His shot changed by John Mitchell and rebound cleaned up by Adi Hussein.
He's playing better, but he's still a little bit hesitant, isn't he?
Yeah. There's John Mitchell shooting 3.
Wow,
John Mitchell
big time.
Makes the 3. The Rocks just needs to try and play within the offense and play his game. There's Pryor step back, gives a great pass to Abala. In goes Abala for 2. And here's Abala going all the way to the basket, lays it. There's Joe Abala, Eli Pepper, Tadis Kunis. Lots of battling between Hussein and Pepper. Then Kunis finds Abala going to the basket, and there's an absolute smash.
Point lead.
There's then Kunis driving in, and that's high off the glass, and he makes that. Schlitzer turns down the 3. In low from Defoe to Hussein. Hussein misses the shot, but Defoe working really hard under the basket. Gets the rebound. He goes straight into Greg Pryor, no call. Ramon Fletcher all the way to the basket and lays it in for 2 points. And it's a 10 to go. Rocks on offence. Kunis way outside the 3-point line, waiting for a screen from Ibala. Give and go again, and that's straight forward there.
He had last weekend when he played that we were going to get this sort of performance from him tonight. Very impressed with him.
But as we said, he has played for 2 years with Coach Lavandia, so he does know him really well. And the score now 59 all. Ramon Fletcher trying to take the Eagles over now, and he knocks down the 2-point shot. Point game on Sunday, of course, and just the 2 points in it tonight so far. Kunis using Ibala again, he's there again. There's just no that Hussein who gives him it straight back. Pryor playing really good defence on Ramon Fletcher. Drew Lasker gives it out to Nick Schlitzer.
Whoa.
Nick Schlitzer does a nice spin move in the middle.
What a tough move.
And he knocks down the... Oh, nice hands by Darius Defoe. He gives it to Fletcher, Fletcher back to Schlitzer. And Schlitzer misses a wide open layup. That would have brought the Eagles fans right in the game. And at the other end, Greg Pryor makes his way to the basket. A nice little jump shot. And they 4-point swing.
Fine margins, fine margins. Yeah, that was a great move. Great give and go move by the Eagles, but didn't convert. And Pryor came down the floor, cool pull up. Nice knockdown.
So we're inside the last minute. Eagles on offense, down by 2. Fletcher gets round. Defoe gives it into Hussein. Hussein for 2 makes the 2. Pryor thought about shooting the 3. Didn't shoot it. Not sure where the shot clock is at the moment, but Eagles have come up with a great rebound.
Sadi is saying.
Shot clock off. 1 shot left to go. They're going to have to stand. 65-65, the ball in the hands of Ramon Fletcher. 12, 11, 10, 9. Fletcher calling his play. He's going to go to the basket himself here. Can almost certainly say. And there's a foul on Ramon. Can't see how anybody other than Ramon Fletcher's going to get this ball unless Darius Defoe goes to the basket.
Well, unless he's going to set a back screen and break out, which he isn't.
He's going to have to put the ball in. Defoe gives it to Fletcher. He's not going to get the shot off. Not going to get the shot off.
The philosophy of the referees in those situations is quite right. They want the players to decide the final outcome, not themselves.
Hussein, but that's not good. Drew Lasker almost has it stolen by Kunis. Drew Lasker going to think about driving to the basket. Does drive to the basket. Brilliant left-handed layup. Shot clock's now completely off. I think the referees are calling the 24-second. Fletcher inside, outside, round his back, lays it in for 2. Puts the Eagles back up by 2. Lasker to Defoe, who finds Schlitzer. He gives it to Lasker. Lasker thought very briefly about the 3. Hussein sets the screen. Lasker drives inside. And his left-hand layup goes in. Drew Lasker up to 15 points. Ball into Pepper. Pepper thinks about the shot. Murray turns the corner. He's going to go to the basket. Floater goes off the rim. But Ibala gets in with an offensive rebound and tips it home. 1:05 to go. Ramon Fletcher it is, who's going to drive all the way to the basket. And he's blocked. He's trying to go against Pepper, and Drew Lasker it was who got the steal. Greg Pryor, he's going to put up a 2, and that's going to go in. Oh, it doesn't go in, it's in and out. Ali Hussein takes the rebound. 25 seconds left. If the Eagles run a 24-second offense and score, they'll go up by 1, but there will still be time on the clock for the Rocks to get another shot off. Fletcher it is who's holding on. Now he drives in. That paint looks well. That's blocked. Out by, that's going to be a charging foul on Drew Lasker. And I think that one's over.
Yeah, but it'll be offensive, so there'll be no free shots from this, will they?
No. He's going to inbound this ball. He gives it to Greg Pryor. He's just going to hold it. Fletcher fouls him. 1.8 seconds left on the clock. Now with 2 free throws, 1.8 seconds left on the clock. Makes the first one. Now better side in the second half and even possibly an overtime. Pryor misses the second one. Ramon Fletcher from the halfway line. No, does make it. Rocks win 73 to 71. Didn't matter that last missed free throw. Greg Pryor, and certainly 22 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 6 steals. Fantastic game. And Joe Ibala, 26 points, 16 rebounds, efficiency rating of 33. Rocks 73, Eagles 71. Eagles top scorer being Drew Lasker with 15, Ramon Fletcher with 13, Nick Schitzer with 12.
Well, the Eagles weren't quite the force they were in the first half, were they? I mean, you've said that, you know, you think the Rocks deserved it. Probably did on the evidence a second, but you picked out two players there who were very, very, very huge part in this win. I thought what a good two-man punch they were. Greg Pryor and Joe Ibala. I thought those two played really well. The Eagles will just simply, when they watch the run of this game, will just rue a lot of missed chances.